Okay, this is a picture I drew of what I saw on the 21st of October 2023 at 6 p.m. I was on the opposite side of the river from Wilkins Regional Park, and I was close to the Kles-Banachuk Road, Forest Service Road, Takla Forest Service Road it is, yeah, on private land at my cabin. And I looked up in the evening sky, 6 p.m., and this is what I saw. Now, I didn't draw it exactly in the context that I saw it. The way I've drawn it, it appears to be much closer to the ground than I actually saw it. But I did that just to make it easier to draw. But it was traveling from a northwestern trajectory heading kind of southeast, and it crossed over the Nechako River fairly close to Wilkins Park. It had these oblong capsule-shaped windows down the side, and white light was coming from inside of it. You could tell that it was very well lit inside. It had these weird penis-shaped ends on it, and you could see obvious seams at each end, and there was 2 slots in each end that had some kind of light shining out of each end. I estimate this thing to be about 800 feet long, approximately. I was about 400 or 500 yards away from it. It was probably about 400 feet above me in the sky, maybe a little higher. It was really hard to judge precisely. You know, I had a rangefinder but not with me, and I had a camera but not on me, and I only saw this thing for about 12 to 14 seconds, and if I would have run to grab my camera, those other things, it would have been gone by the time I got, the camera turned on. And anyways, so that was that's not the first UFO I seen, but the first one I saw clearly. And I asked the resident Harry people what it was, and I got an answer, one word: mothership. So I suspect these ships can cloak. Somehow they can be invisible, and I think if you're seeing it, it's because the occupants want you to. And if you would like to see the same picture, I actually kind of cleaned it up a little bit just before I made this video, because I drew it quite hastily when I drew it originally, and I wanted to straighten up the lines, because this thing was like a precision built craft. The lines were straight. They weren't like curved like a hot dog or anything, you know what I mean? Windows down the side, there was more than 40, could be as many as 60. I would estimate them to be a couple feet long, maybe, the windows, and the spaces between the windows were actually longer than the windows were, like 2 to 3 times longer. So there could have been 4 to 6 feet between each window. So if you're talking like 50, 60 windows, there didn't appear to be any windows in the end other than the slots. I don't know if they were doors or... Anyways, this thing flew silently. I didn't hear anything. maybe like really, really faint hum, but it was hard to tell because there's a railroad over there, and quite often there's trains and, you know, railroad crews and heavy equipment, and so, you know, my hearing isn't the greatest anymore, so that could have been what I was hearing, but it wasn't very loud what I was hearing, like it was very faint, and I looked as close as I could because I was curious if someone would be peeking out those windows, and I didn't see any of that. And this thing, all the windows down the side, down the entire length, were lit from within. So there you go, one cylindrical shaped, cigar shaped, large UFO.